Kunin mo lang yung ano, ang share screen.
'Di ba? Kita na ba?
Alright, okay, sige.
Okay, so Okay, so anyway, so kasi may so hindi nilagay ko na po yung functionality na 'to
Mhm.
sa gaano kalayo last yung last na
Na
x
ano,
value.
na value, okay.
Anyway, so ginawa ko po imbes parang predetermined na isang function na lang tapos mag-numpy sa loob para kahit na anong
Oo.
function, kahit na anong in this case, po natin na yung x squared
Ah,
plus
okay,
y.
very good.
So,
That's good,
function na
that's
siya.
good.
Anyway, so para kasi yung original kasi may arrays na pero yung before yung nagka-arrays ano lang yung wala pa po siya inilagay ng ganyan. Tapos na pala pwede pala pwede meron palang ano yung NumPy. Meron na po siyang package solve differential equation.
Oo, pero ang ano natin dapat hindi muna.
Di naman po.
Yung ano
So,
lang, later na
hindi
lang
ko po
yan.
siya
Oh,
ginawa.
but
Yung,
which is
kita ba?
nakikita ko naman.
Ba?
Okay.
Inano ko lang yung ano pala yung Euler function. Kaya na pala po yan. Yung
Yes.
sa mismo directly pala ito yung call po na yung forward. H times
Alright.
yung function. So, tapos dadagdagan niya. Tapos, nung una po, nag-return siya ng tama. So, yung
Mhm.
sa from the video po natin, pareho-pareho po yung sa forward. So nga lang may nakita kong kung problem ba yun or maganda. Yung sa midpoint, yung ano po yung improved Euler function. Ito po na.
Mhm.
So, ito,
Medyo
wait lang.
mahaba yan, eh.
Yan siya.
Ayun, alright.
So, naka-comment out siya kasi sa baba siya. Anyway, yan yung, kasi yung ano pala, ba't naka-comment out yung isa kasi dito po sa array. Parang hindi ko maisip paano kaya ang na at the, at the same time nag-iterate. So, ginawa ko na separate. Anyway, so, separate siya nag-iterate kasi may nangyari dyan. Anyway, so,
Alright.
yun yung function niya, yung kaya na palang gawin to, so yung nested na functions.
Okay, that's good.
So, ginagawa niya lang wait lang, yung sa problem nga po pala po, nung ginawa ko tong improved Euler method, pag nilagay na po yung mismo values, parang mas maganda po siya kaysa yung sa video po. So, bali po, kumbaga
Okay.
sa ginagawa na po sa Excel, parang mas maganda yung result ng values. Di ko alam kung tama ba yun or mali. Kasi parang
O
almost the
baka
same.
sa ano lang, baka sa floating niya. Ilang decimal
Baka
places
mas
ba
ano po
ano mo?
baka mas magandang floating point na po. So,
Oo.
almost the same po eh. Parang ba yung ano yung
Tapos
significant figures yata.
ang H mo, anong entry mo ba to compare? Kung 0.01 na siya, so ang liit na yun eh. Makikita mo na kaagad na, hindi, walang difference makikita mo. But if it's around like 0.05, makikita mo
Kita
yung
ba? So,
difference.
yung ano lang doon, so yung ano lang na yung ginagawa nila. So, bale may empty array tapos na ginawa kong ganun para I can iterate. Tapos append mo na yung condition
Mhm.
sa array. Tapos every time na may kinocompute siyang x saka y, append na doon. Tapos
Alright.
i-return na
I-print niya. Alright.
yung array. Tapos pag na-return ng array, whatever this is called, yung parang ilalagay na sa certain, yung function, i-store na sa dalawang ganito,
Alright, that's
dalawang
good.
variable. So, I can use matplotlib para i-plot.
Ayan. Okay. So can I see?
Sige po.
Can you run that?
So, whatever dito. So, warning. Anyway, so, so let's say, ano kaya ba, yung, para medyo obvious yung, difference ng Final
0.05?
tsaka midpoint. Ano kaya? 0.1. Tapos yan hanggang 5
0.1.
lang.
Sige, obvious na yan.
Para masama yung itsura. So, wait. Tama.
Sige, sige.
Malaki pala 0.5. 1/4. Ayan, pagka 2. Medyo malaki na po yan.
Medyo taasan mo nga, Joshua, ang ano, hindi ko siya nakikita, no?
Hindi na po nakita.
Ay, hindi na.
Wala
Sa
pala.
baba.
Wait lang mo. Kasi iba pala siyang, iba pala siya. So,
Sige, sige.
ayan.
Separate yung... Yun. Oh, yan. That's good. At least obvious
Sige,
siya ang different.
Ayan. Para mas
Ayun.
kita. Kita din pero so yan.
Ayun.
So it looks good kasi
Ganda.
nga medyo maliit. So try po natin ng marami. Kaya na pala.
Sige,
So,
sige,
ayan.
sige. Go, go, go.
So, saka pwede mag-iba ng siguro someday ng ano yung function. 0.05 or 0.01? Ano kaya po? 10?
Sa 10 nga, para mahaba-haba.
Yan na ba?
Sige.
Ayun.
Ayun. Okay.
Ang ganda
Pero
niya.
what's the 0.01 na, no? So nag-coincide na silang dalawa.
Almost the same na box. So, kita na. Yung, ano na yung approximation. Almost the same.
Pero maganda lang nun, it's mas precise yung improve Euler's method. Kung if you really want to consider precision, yung maliliit na mga values of you are computing. Then later, Runge-Kutta. Gamitin mo na lang yung package na Runge-Kutta kasi mahabang codes nun eh. When you, unlike yung improve Euler, madali lang siya improve Euler, yung Euler method. Ginagamit ko lang siya, it's more flexible, especially if you want to do some delay of time. Maganda ang Euler method kasi mabilis siyang isulat kahit sa codes mo. Or even like if you want to manipulate, say for example, there are time mag-create ka ng indicator function within the differential equations na gusto mo lang over this period of time walang values or mag-shutdown siya, hindi mag-take effect yung mga rates niya over that period. So maganda yung ang Euler method to do some manipulations sa ano mo, sa differential equations.
Yes, tama.
So itago mo yung code na yan kasi we will be doing several simulations.
Saka pwede ko pang padala pa kung gusto.
Yeah, please, sure. Pwede yung padala sa akin.
Yung Python code. Okay.
Sige, good. Usually ako kung magsusulat ako, I start with MATLAB. Tapos sa MATLAB, i-convert ko yan to Python or convert it to R. So dati mano-mano na conversion kasi
may AI na
mas
ba? Nice.
sa MATLAB magsulat ng code. Pero when it comes to Python, syempre napansin mo Python, 'di ba? Napaka-strict nga sa spacing. Kung may mali ka lang sa spacing,
kaya yung Python developers always
napaka-strict kaya hindi ko gustong Python in terms of really writing a program. Pero maganda siya kung may marami kang mga packages because it's free. So unlike yung MATLAB kasi you have to subscribe to packages. Kung tamad ka na magsulat ng mga
yung tama doon yung
ngayon.
I call it a donation na lang. You donated.
Later kung like kung statistical naman, I use R. So R yung pinaka-comfortable ko when it comes to statistical calculations. Well, anyway, sige, let me go to screen stop due to go to application. Sige, share ulit ako ng screen.
Kaya pala ba, meron ba po kayang code?
Sa ano?
Doon ba sa Euler method?
May sinulat ako sa sa MATLAB.
Okay.
Nasa MATLAB siya. Sometimes kasi ang problema ko sa coding, kung matagal ko siyang hindi gagawin, nakakalimutan ko. So for example, if you ask me to do the coding right now sa MATLAB, ire-recall ko pa yan. So papraktisan ko pa yan kung paano until na kung palagi ko siyang ginagawa, so maalala ko siya kaagad. Say for example, I think I could show you mga previous kong ginagawa sa codes ko. Let me stop muna ng sharing. So let me share my screen with you. Sige. Let's see. Sige, tingnan ko kung ma-open ko dito. Documents, MATLAB. Say for example, saan bang may study ako dito? COVID-19. Let me see. COVID-19. I think ito na lang, COVID-19 na Epitools, Iloilo projection. Kasi dati project pa ako for Iloilo cases dati. So for example, let me open this notepad na lang. Kasi ang problema ko sa MATLAB ngayon, bago to, hindi siya na-open sa computer ko. So I'll just use, ano bang notepad ko dito na pwedeng gamitin?
So ayaw na siyang i-open.
Sige, open ko dito sa MATLAB. Kasi ang problema ko sa MATLAB, bago na yung operating system ng iOS ko, hindi niya na nararan ng maayos. So yun ang problema ko in using MATLAB in this computer. Pero if I'll use my desktop in the office, na-open niya naman. Kaya yun yung concern ko when using my computer at home. Maybe dito sa kabila kong computer, baka ma-open to. I'm trying muna open dito. Pero otherwise, ayun, halimbawa ito, sabi niya daw, hindi niya ma-open using my old license. Sige, hindi ko na dito i-open. Pero I'll try to open here sa isa kong computer. Sige. Let me see. Kasi may project ako nang matagal na, hindi ko na siya nagagawa. Say class scheduling. I think ito yan. Yan. Yeah. Nag-install siya Mag-i-install pa siya.
Kaya nga may Photoshop license na expire pa parang nalungkot ako. So, meron pa lang yung free na yung kumbaga free na license expire pa rin. Tapos hindi na po gumagana yung yung torrent. So, hindi na ako magagamit ulit.
Sayang. Ay, wait. Ano to? Stop ko dito share sa kabila ako mag-share. Kasi ito ang mga sinulat ko dati. Para least makita mo lang kung gaano ka flexible ang share screen. Dito ako mag-share. Save. Mag-sharing na. Ayan. So, ito yung dati kong code sa MATLAB. Kasi paano nga ito lalaki? Nakalimutan, may shortcut Control plus ba?
Control scroll po. Ay, pwede.
Ayan. Diba ito? I did use, let me see, ano bang ginamit ko dito to Ito, this is Euler method. Kasi may apat na equation. Ilang equations ba to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. May 5 equations akong ginamit. So, etong Euler method na niran ko, actually 3 lang pala. SEI lang pala siya na model. And then I computed separately yung
pareho po na. Parang pareho ba?
Pareho.
Meron
And
po
maganda
kayong
lang
D, tapos nag-iterate na lang yung plus yung ganun. Plus
so,
the D.
ang maganda dito kasi mas flexible siya kung may kailangan ko I need to manipulate with the Euler equation. So I think ang manipulation ginawa ko dito is kasi varying siya over time. So kaya it's better na Euler method rather than ang ibang method kasi ang daming equations isusulat mo. So it would really take a bit na medyo mahaba ng mga codes na gagamitin. And napansin mo to, gumawa ako ng parang indicator function using yung modulo of the operation.
Parang ano pa, parang yan, roulette.
Oh, yun. Meaning to say, magbibigay siya ng result if ang modulo niya dito. Kung every 7th day to siya kasi, parang idea is that people will interact for 6 days, pero ang ika-7th day walang interaction. So dapat 0 ang mga values. So parang
Okay.
ganun ang
So
idea.
parang i-ignore yung isang day.
Yes, oo. Yun yung ano, yun
Okay.
parang you interact tapos pagdating ng ika-7th day kasi it's a Sunday, walang work halimbawa. So ika-cut yung interaction period. So ang simulation mo using differential equation magiging 0 yan on that day. So mag-uumpisa ang rates bababa. So yun yung ibig sabihin dito.
Para mahirap naman po i-implement na parang of all except one, para mahirap.
True. So hindi ko nakalimutan ko na to. I wrote this code parang 3 years ago pa eh. So kaya hindi ko na maalala kung ano nga tong mga ano na to. Pero it's an SEIS model and then I have to count the number of cases so on and so forth. I think in panahon na to na may medyo maano pa yung COVID-19, we are doing simulations. Then in the end we have to give our recommendations. Actually we wrote a
Buti
paper
po sa
on
code na
this.
may comments. Ako hindi ako naglalagay ng comments. Pero I'm not preparing kung makalimutan ko pa.
Wala lang, sinulat ko lang siya para at least maalala ko kung anong mga ito.
Ganda nga po, nagko-comments.
Pero if I encourage you to read this paper, sinulat namin siya actually. Mag-change ako ng sharing. Replace current share. Ayan. So, magre-replace lang ako. Stop ko lang dito. Ayan. So tingnan mo tong paper na to. Sana yan? Ano nga yun? Cyclical student scheduling. Ayan. So hanapin mo itong paper.
Lumabas po sa Google.
Online. So, na-open ko pa medyo matagal eh. Ayan. So look for this paper. We wrote this together. This was 2 years ago pa. So basahin mo lang siya because
meron pala pong archives sa medicine.
Yeah, meron. Merong bioarchive, merong med archive, merong pang math, 'di ba? Math and computer science, the archive. So, ito yung differential equations na ginamit namin. Saan ba yun? Ayan. Ito yung ginamit namin sa work. So, we use MATLAB to run this. And I think may access dito sa code eh. You can download the code naman. We offer it for free. Sana, mfiles contain the code can be downloaded here. Sige, click ko to. So, click ko to. Come on. Ayan. I-click ko ito. Ay, access denied. Bakit? Ulit. Bakit ayun? Bakit access denied? Wait.
Kaya dapat ginithub na ba or something?
Oo. Sige, tingnan natin. Ito yun. Yan.
Okay.
Ayan. Pwede mo ito ma-download. We shared it available for free na to do the simulation. Hindi ko alam kung ilan na ito nag-download eh. 3 downloads pala. Walang masyado may gumagamit.
Very sad.
So, look for this paper. Basahin mo lang. We wrote this 3 years ago.
Dalawa po yung ibig sabihin na either wala pong interest or they're confident na gumagana po, diba?
Or
the bright
tapos
side
ng
in
pandemic. Wala nang pake kasi tapos ng pandemic eh.
Wala na wala. Tama.
Well,
Baka hindi na po
diba, yung purpose naman nito, later, ikaw, magiging scientist ka in the future. So, there are papers when you do basic science, diba, may 2 klaseng science kasi, basic science and applied science. So, basic science, develop ka ng mga tools. Like for mathematics, we call it pure mathematics. So, develop ka ng mga tools for future use. Sometimes these tools are immediately will be used, especially kung mga current na mga needs ang kailangan. For example, kung if it's in chemistry, baka gagawa ka ng mga bagong compounds that would say eliminate yung mga microplastics. So
Immediate po yan.
ano,
Tama.
immediate needs. But sometimes may mga sciences na maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, or 30 years from now, or maybe 100 years from now pa nga na baka gagamitin. So, in this case, ang mga papers na to are here, uploaded. Maybe in the future may gagamit nito. Kasi yung purpose ng study nito is ano ba ang preference na
Kaya madami
schedule.
pong daming key para madali mahanap.
Oh, para madali mahanap. So yun yung mga purpose na. In our case as mathematicians, wala, parang we don't care muna if gagamitin ngayon, maybe in the future pwede gagamitin. So yun, we don't know kung anong, sa'yo, in your case in the future, anong whatever area na gusto mong pasukan as a scientist would benefit for you and for mankind. Maybe biomedical, so mga biomedical tools, ngayon napaka interdisciplinary, so you need to know a little bit of different areas for you to be able to come up with some, mga novel na mga solutions that is found in the world right now to solve. So yun, ay ano mo lang download mo lang to, basahin mo. I'll give you the freedom. Kung gusto mo medyo talagang mathematical na klaseng analysis, I think pinakita ko na to sa iyo na na study, modeling co-infection. So try to download saan na yan? Sorry. Modeling co-infection. Yan. Dynamics. So look for this study. Kung gusto mo talaga math niya, purely nga math lang talaga without thorough application. Saan na to? Nag-download na siya. Ayan, try to read this article then. So it's with my student to. So these are the differential equations na pinaglalaruan niya. So there are 10, I think, 10 by 11. So 11 equations, then
Ang 11 po na nangyayari, bale.
Then tapos inasikaso yung math muna kung totoong mathematics o hindi. So ito yung mga math na kailangan to prove. Then later, may some sort of application via simulation. So tinitignan different scenarios on what will happen if in case, halimbawa, saan na ba yun? Ito, in case mga different scenarios involved, so nag-simulate siya over time. So, yun, this is still basic math, basic science ang ginawa ng previous students ko. So, it's still in the application of differential equations and disease modeling. So, for now, actually, medyo nag-die down ng research dito kasi tapos ng pandemic eh. Pero we don't know in the future. Hindi naman natin...
Pero we don't still know
when. Hindi naman natin sasabihin na in the future babalik ang diseases So hopefully hindi na siya mag-ano. So now, So for now, ito lang yung mga applications muna ng mga ginagawa natin ngayon. So babalik muna tayo sa purely sa discussion natin about in the utility of ordinary differential equations to several models that is found in nature. So balik ako sa share screen on my iPad.
Tama.
This December, may nasa Albay. So hindi pa po ako makakapunta somewhere Central Luzon pa po. Pero I will tell you po, sasabihan ko po kayo kung meron na pong plan for Central Luzon pa. Okay, so review natin what we have done last time. So I'm introducing you to two types of models under Lotka-Volterra. I think sinabi ko na to sa iyo na Lotka-Volterra, one of these two is a physicist and the other one is a biologist. Isa is tatay ng nililigawan ng isa sa mga scientists. So when they discovered na may ganitong relationship between two species, so they call this Lotka-Volterra model. So the first model I have introduced to you last meeting was two species competing with a shared resource. So for the first model, ang assumption, what if totally separate ang resources?
Ano pala po,
So though they don't share.
nakita ko pala po parang before yung meeting pa na parang define yung may yung sa tawag doon, sa Epirus may hanap na spider colony. So bali yung
Ah,
largest spider web daw nga po. Pero dalawa pala po siyang spiders. So siguro
really?
pwede pala umabot po siya. Kumakain, they eat each other usually po Pero minsan, nagkaroon ng one time, lahat sila nag isang malaking colony po. Isang buong cave spider web daw sa puro spider sa loob ng pagkatapos ng web na po, isang malaking spider colony sa loob. So di
So
nga
ano
daw,
yun?
di nga daw po nila alam kung nagkakainan ba po sila. Tapos para self-sustaining ba? So parang maganda siyang yung ito po yung sabi na nga po parang they eat each other. Is that why the colony keep or members ng other
Kasi
food source? Or parang umabot ba sila sa exact equilibrium point na yung they eat each other at the same na yung reproduction is happening? Kasi buhay na buhay po
interesting yun
Pwede na po i-Google.
Saan mo yun nabasa?
Pwede na po
Joshua,
i-Google.
saan mo nabasa?
Largest spider web po found in Greece and Albania.
Sige nga, hanapin nga na. Maganda siya i-model
Kasi
Baka may,
they usually eat each
look
other
up
nga
muna,
daw po
baka
nila
may
So
nag-model
baka
na.
it's an interest, parang baka sinasabi nga pa is there an equilibrium point ba? Pero baka ito na yan. Kasi parang they usually predate on each other pa Yet they're found in mga equal proportions.
Parang ini-imagine ko, they can maybe shared ang pagkain nila or resources, and then they become prey and predator among each other. Di ba? Parang ganon? So maybe we don't know yet baka at least kung mauubusan sila ng resources sharing to each other, maybe there is some sort of predation na nangyayari. Kaya ini-imagine ko anong it's a combination
baka rin po
types of model.
baka stable equilibrium. Inisip ko nga po kung gano'n. Kasi naubusan ng isang resource tapos nag-dominant yung isa. They will eat yung kabila. Outnumbered kasi yung kabila. So, they numbers. Tapos vice versa po. Parang pag yung dumadami yung over one another, they will start predating each other hanggang parang baka maganda po magandang example of total stable equilibrium.
Gawin natin ngayon.
Saka lang po, 2 species lang po ng spiders kasi may iba namatay na daw.
Ano mo i-recall mo sa akin yan sa chat natin Pwede natin yan pag-usapan kasi naisip ko maganda siyang hindi ko pa na-encounter na ganun. I mean like hindi ko pa naririnig na may ganung pwedeng scenario. So it's a combination. Ngayon kasi ang discussion natin has to do with, ang discussion natin last night, interspecies, meaning to say resources outside sa predation. So ang next natin na pag-uusapan, actually, ito quick recall lang naman to, ginawa natin. Kasi yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon, how about merong prey and predator?
Yan ba?
Ano?
Yan lang ko po sa chat.
Sige. Send mo sa chat later para ma-recall ko lang. So ngayon, ang pag-usapan natin, kasi I think vital to sa sinabi mo, ang next natin na pag-uusapan, what if one is a prey and the other one is a predator? Meaning, can you give me an example of a prey and a predator biosystems?
Ano kasing ganun? May ba? Yung
Isip ko nga abroad Abroad marami, pwede mo maisip
Kaso nga lang inisip ko ba ano kaya pwedeng i-condense na
for example, ang isang pinaka
Siguro tuna tsaka sardines. Yung sardines hindi kaya ng
Tuna is predator, pwede. Sardines, hindi ko sure kung kinakain ng tuna ang mga sardines. Maybe that's possible. By the way, have you been abroad like Japan?
Di ba?
Kasi sa Japan, kung pupunta ka sa Nara City, it's just I think southern lang ng Kyoto. Ang daming mga deer. Ang mga deers,
Yes,
actually,
opo.
mga spotted
Deer.
deers. So parang ang ratio ng tao sa deers, mas marami pang mga deer kaysa sa tao. So meaning walang existence ng predator. So a possible predator ng mga deer, say wolves, maybe, pwedeng wolves.
Pero wala yata, sa Japanese wolf nga po, parang rare na daw.
So yun. So if there is no existence of wolves, so mag-shoot up ang population ng prey mo. Like in this case, in the assumption that we will going to have between two species, a prey and a predator, are as follows. So ang una, ang assumption natin, exponentially mag-grow ang prey population. So in other words, if you look at number 5, ang reason na bakit ang prey population mo will grow exponentially kasi there will be ample food. Marami silang pagkain na makakain based in the assumption number 5. So, wala. For example, deer. Ang pwedeng kainin ng deer, alam natin, grasses mga grass. So therefore, there's a sufficient field of grass na pwede nilang kakainin. Second, ang predator natin will starve to death kung walang prey, meaning the only source of food for our predator are the prey. Wala nang iba. Okay? And third, the predators can consume infinite quantities of prey. So meaning to say, wala silang kabusugan. So they can continually eat and eat and eat. Unless, sa model mo, mag-i-introduce ka later some sort of diminishing returns sa economics, meaning to say, nasasawa ka na sa
Yes, opo. Tsaka
pagkain
siguro
isang
may time
food
po na
source.
parang they can live without eating. Di ba po yung mga ibang layon pagka kahit na may parang hindi na nagalaw.
Kaya yun yung possibility. Pero for now, ang assumption natin, yun lang only source of food at hindi sila nasasawa. That's number 3. And lastly, number 4, walang bagyo, walang earthquakes or any calamities or ang tawag natin dito, environmental complexity can wipe out the
that
population.
could kill yung some of them.
Like maybe walang meteor or asteroid na tatama sa Earth.
So yung po parang yung mga
Wipe
dinosaurs hindi namatay.
Ngayon. So meaning these are assumptions. So ito yung mga kailangan natin sa model natin as we build up the model. Alright. So anong itsura ng magiging model natin? So tingnan natin. Our goal is we will be modeling the two population, the prey, let's use N as our variable, and P as our variable for the predator. Hindi naman natin pwedeng gamitin dalawang P's kasi medyo confusing na yun. So again, ang prey natin is N, our predator is P. And let's use the concept of differential equations to model the growth rate ng prey and predator. So I will be using in this end, gagamit tayo ng derivative of N with respect to P to describe the growth rate of the prey population and the derivative of P with respect to T, the growth rate of the predator population. So ito yung mga differential equations na pag-uusapan natin. So, what makes the growth of the prey population? So tingnan natin sa assumption. So sa assumption natin, it shows that your prey population will grow exponentially. So therefore, exponential growth. Kung naalala mo pa yung first lesson natin sa differential equations as an example of the application of differential equation, naalala mo pa yung exponential growth? Anong itsura ng differential equation nun?
Sana ba?
Nung exponential growth. I think ito yun. I think andito sa taas. I'll move muna sa taas. I think ito yan. Ayun. Di ba nag-model tayong ganito? Nag-umpisa tayong ganyan.
Yan. Okay.
So, ang final model natin look like this. Ayan. This is an exponential growth model or sometimes we call this the Malthusian model. So, therefore, ito yung idadagdag natin. R times N. I think it's the same letter na gagamitin natin for the growth rate? Dito yan. We let R be the prey per capital rate of increase or growth rate of the said prey population. So
Okay.
therefore, we write down Rn dyan. All right. Okay. So how about, tignan natin, how about number 2? Our predator will starve in the absence of the prey population. So therefore, meron kang exponential decay. So exponential pa rin siya, pero dapat negative. So therefore, magdi-decrease siya under this column. So therefore, if this is our differential equation for the predator population, tapos we let M be the mortality rate. So in other words, we can write our exponential decrease to be MP. In short, actually negative dyan dapat. Pero sinabi na natin decrease to, so mamaya na lang natin ilalagay yung negative. I hope you understand, Joshua?
Yes, Aba.
Nagigets mo ba? Alright, okay. Next, how about the interaction between the two population? Meaning to say, di ba, mag-i-interact ang prey at ang predator, most likely through hunting. I-hunt ng predator yung prey. Say, you imagine this to be wolves hunting a deer or wolves hunting a sheep or a flock of sheep. So therefore, may interaction ng dalawa. So let's consider the interaction as the product of the two variable, N and P, and some conversion factor. So let's use the letter A as to describe the capture efficiency of predators to its prey. So we use this as our product, A times NP. So yeah, that's the idea. And then, how about, kinain na ng predator yung prey. So therefore, kasi busog siya, therefore may capacity siya mag-convert this into its fuel, into its body. So therefore it helps the predator to grow. Tapos yung reproductive system ng mga predator mo would be supplemented. Then may mating na mangyayari among predators. So therefore, it will contribute to the growth rate of the predator. So therefore, pwede ko siyang isusulat dito again. Pero may conversion ka lang na gagamitin. So ang conversion na gagamitin natin would be some letter B. So isusulat natin yung letter B dito. Okay? So ito na. This is the dynamics of our prey and predator. So therefore, we can write this as differential equations. So we write as two equations sa ngayon. So the differential equation of N with respect, derivative of N with respect to T is equal to, so increase to, so therefore, positive ang R times N. Tapos negative yung interaction between the prey and the predator. So that's your equation number 1. So yung equation number 2 natin, with respect to the predator population, so our growth rate for the predator population can be written as BA times NP to describe the growth of your predator population. And then syempre, kung walang pagkain, so it will describe about the exponential decay of your predator population. So therefore, ito na, yung magiging differential equation mo that describes the prey and the predator population. So ito yung magiging itsura niya. Ayan. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, let's try to visualize this first. Maganda, may visualize muna natin ano ang interaction between these two. Ano ang mangyayari between prey and predator as we are to simulate this in Excel. And then I'll ask you later na lang, how about gagawa ka, I mean, meron ka ng code dyan sa Python mo. How
Yes,
about kung pairs of population, then you try to simulate them together.
I mean, kung
Alright?
ganun na naman po, pwede po siyang sabay.
Yeah, pwede. So, pwede mo isulat yan actually sa code mo. For now, in my case, gagamit ako muna ng Excel para at least we could see how it is written when they are simulated at the same time. So, let's have an example. Sulat ko dito ang example natin. Can we, Joshua, can we have a very short break lang muna? Kasi
Sige po.
I have to find something muna from one office.
Sige po,
May
sige
entertain
po.
lang muna pa. So i-pause mo muna yung whatever recording
Okay
you're
po, sige
doing
po.
right now.
Aha.
I'll be using, ang pray natin would
Aba.
be dear. Let D be equation. Titingnan natin how it really look like. Pero may idea ka na ba anong itsura nito when you try to graph this?
Yung ano po, dapat parang yung ano yung
Punch mo lang.
aakyat muna po yung prey tapos bababa kasi kinakain. Tapos aakyat din yung predator pero parang out of phase na parang sign.
That's
Out of
good.
phase.
At least nakikita mo na yung parang ganito ang mangyayari. So let's do the simulation. So let's say for example, let's assume the following values. So let the initial conditions n sub 0 and p sub 0, your number of prey would be 500 and say your predator would be 25. And let's consider the following parameters are a ano pa ba? BA, let's combine the parameter BA and M. Your mortality rate to be 0.3. Yung birth rate ng prey would be 0.25. Yung capture efficiency at 0.005 and BA at 0.001. If you might ask, saan ba to galing yung mga values na to? Well, it's just produced. Pinroduce lang natin for the purpose we have a good picture what would be our prey and predator as to do the simulation. So now, ito ang gagawin natin. Let's run this here using our ito pala, by the way, you send sa chat pala, no? Yung yung link news. Sige, titingnan ko yan mamaya. So let me share my screen right now. This one. Okay, let's run this information. I think ito na ba yung mga information natin? 0.25, 0.05, okay. At 0.01 na lang to, 0.01. Okay, so yan. So, to do this, a combined Euler method. So may Euler ka para sa N. Ito yung mga natin sa N. Itong dalawang column na highlighted. For P, ito naman yung Euler method para sa P. Okay, so we reflected the initial conditions 525. So dapat 25 pala yan. Sorry. So 25. So let's compute for the slope function with respect to N. So let's compute this. Ito yung slope function na gagamitin natin for the prey and the slope function for the predator. So let's compute. So you will have the following: R times N. So this is R times N minus, so you will have A times NP. So you'll have A times N times P. Okay, and enter. So you will have this value. So gagawin natin, let us anchor by using some $sign na sa mga values na hindi gagalaw sa column B. So you will have B5. So lagyan natin ng anchoring. So that's the $sign. And B6. So lagyan natin ng anchoring dyan. Alright. So enter para hindi na siya gagalaw. Next, for G. So let's use the following. Ito yung magiging basis natin. BA. So that's 0.001 times N times P, and then minus the mortality 0.03 times P. Okay, and enter. So you'll have this value. Then again, anchor lang natin yung dapat hindi gumalaw. So that's B7 and B8. Okay, do you follow ba, Joshua?
Yes, aba.
All right. So you were able to solve the slope functions for each of the equation. F, and G respectively. So we'll now apply Euler method. So ang Euler method natin sa bawat isa using this formula. So ang next na value would be magdadagdag lang tayo ng iteration ng pag-add lang ng H. So that's this plus H. Ito, at 0.01.
Marami na pong
And-
marami pa na pong mga stuff na.
That's right. So lagyan lang natin dito ng dollar sign para hindi gagalaw ang H. And then next, for N, so previous value ng N plus H, ito yun, H. Asan na ba yun? Sorry. Again. Again. Previous value plus H times F. Ayan. Okay, I hope you follow.
Yes, aba.
All right. And then let us, again, lagyan ng sign ang B para hindi gagalaw. And then similarly, ganon din, P plus H times G. Ayan. And enter. So, lagyan natin ng dollar sign para hindi gagalaw. And the rest, we simply follow, copy all of the formula kasi mariretain pa rin yung formula na sinulat natin in Excel. Then, you will have the following. All right? So, the rest will follow. So, just drag all of the value, or in my case, highlight, then double-click. Then all of the values are here now. So as you can see from our scatter plot of all of these values of T, N, and P, so ito na siya. Tama ka kanina. Sabi mo na as the prey increases, so mag-i-increase din ang predator, pero habang kinakain ng mga predator ang mga prey, kukonti yung mga prey, babagsak ang prey population. At some point, babagsak din ang predator population. And the cycle continues. Kasi it's at 0.01 ang H natin, finix natin yung dulo. What we can do is we can increase this to 0.05 para at least makita natin yung simulation na ginagawa natin dito. So let me enter the value. So ito, yan. Ito yung nangyari. Pero may question, Joshua, nag-i-increase siya. Totoo ba to na nag-i-increase yung prey at ang predator, or it must be na parang constant lang siya across yung cycle?
Nag-i-increase sila, boss? Dapat ba? Kung infinite naman pa yung food, Pero pwede rin mag-die out.
Pwede rin mag-die out. Pwede rin mag-i-increase. But what if I'll tell you dapat constant yan?
Bakit ba?
Hindi siya nag-increase. So, anong nangyari? Bakit nag-i-increase siya? What do you think? What do you think yung best guess mo?
Kasi nag-i-increase.
Oo, yun. Bakit siya
Kaya na pa na
nag-i-increase?
may parang walang may agad. Miscalculated ba?
That's correct. Merong kang, kasi di ba nag-approximate ka lang ng slope.
Yes,
Naalala mo yung Euler method, may distance between the actual slope at sa approximated na slope mo. So the bigger your H is, the bigger din yung ang magiging error between the actual slope and the simulated slope. So meaning, i-change ko to sa 0.1. Okay, 0.1 ko to ang H gagawin ko siyang 0.1. Tingnan mo. Ang laki, nag-i-increase na siya talaga. Pero if you make your H to be smaller, meaning the distance of your excess to be smaller, so gawin natin, balik natin sa 0.05, or gawin natin 0.04, napapansin mo, saan ba yung 0.04? 0.04. Napapansin mo, na-minimize actually yung increase niya. Kasi it becomes sharper and sharper. So at 0.02 halimbawa, So, makikita mo na hindi na gano'n ang increase niya kasi yung calculation mo becomes sharper and sharper. Okay? So it's more of a numerical error rather than an analytic error. Kasi kung if you talk about analytic error, meaning to say, meron talagang increase na nangyayari analytically. So hindi siya purely cycle lang alone. So meron siyang increase over time, or maybe sabi mo mag-o-oscillate siya pag paliit ng paliit. So the question is, simulation lang to over using Euler. How sure are we na totoo ito o hindi? So gagawin natin, naalala mo yung ginawa natin over interspecies na tinitignan natin kung which species survives or which species would contribute to each other. So ito yung titingnan natin. By the way, pwede natin we can create another graph para gusto natin maipapakita yung anong ibig natin sabihin. I'll go back to 0.05 0.05. Kasi ito increasing na nangyayari. If we really graph N and P together, graph natin siya together. So I'll insert a scatter plot between these two. So it produced this type of graph. Ito yan. Ayan. So i-delete ko lang tong title na P. So ang tawag dito, this is called a phase space. So meaning you can see the projection of your points when you graph in the x-axis. Ang x-axis natin dito is N. Ang y-axis natin dito, it's your P. Tapos, napansin mo na if we graph N and P together, ito yung over time. Pero kung dalawa lang sila, mapapansin mo lumalaki-laki siya. From, ito yung ang initial value, ito yung point na yan, ang unang point na, na i-click ko. Ito yung unang point.
Yan.
Tapos last point, I don't know kung mapapakita natin, maximize natin. Ayan. Kung titignan mo yung last point mismo, somewhere here, ito yung point na yan. So, palabas siya. But, ang tanong, visually, looks like totoo, pero sabi na nga natin kanina, if we make our H really, really small, in reality, maybe it's in one circle lang. Hindi siya necessarily na paikot lang siya in one circle. Say, let me see at 0.01 para at least we could see this here. I'll change this 0.01. Ayan. So, pwede one circle lang siya. Hindi siya lumalabas. Hindi rin siya lumiliit. Or cyclical lang talaga yung behavior niya. So, to do this, para makikita natin, let's try to analyze. We do some stability analysis sa original equation natin. Okay, let's do that. So, gawin natin. So, let me stop sharing here on my end. And I will go back to sharing again in my iPad.
Diba?
All right. Okay, now, ito na. So, let's go back to our notes. Okay. Next, itong gagawin natin. So, let's do some stability analysis. First, let's compute for the equilibrium points. Find the equilibrium points or among stable points, or we call it sometimes ano ba yung isa? Stability points, equilibrium points. May isa pa akong term na ginamit last time, nakalimutan ko na. Equilibrium points. So, to compute this, ano nga ginagawa natin sa mga equations natin? We equate it to 0. So therefore, take the derivative of n with respect to t, equate it to 0. And the other one, take the derivative of p with respect to t, and equate it to 0. In other words, you are solving for Rn A, dito ko na lang susulat pala. R times n minus A and P equals 0. And the second equation, BA and P minus MP equals 0. So these are the two equations you compute. Find what is n equal to what is P equal to. Okay? So, algebraic lang yan, Joshua. Can you do the calculations?
Ano yung
May dalawa kang set of solution. One is the trivial, ang obvious. The second is the non-trivial.
okay. So, yung is
That's correct. So, puro zero. When n is zero and p is zero, so therefore, satisfied na zero talaga siya. So, this is
or
your
n is
trivial.
equal to, ano po na? N is equal to M over BA, tsaka P is equal to R over A.
That's correct. So, isulat natin. And the second one na solution natin is that when n is equal to m over BA and your P is equal to R over A. So, yun. Ito yung dalawa na solution na hinahanap natin. So, first, so let's try to graph them para maintindihan natin. At titingnan natin ano yung magiging direction. So, for the first equation, I think this is Rn minus A and P. When you try to solve this equation, lumabas dito, you will have P equals R over A. And the second equation you have, it's BA and P minus P equals 0. Ang solution dito is that, lagyan ko lang ng dalawang arrow signs. So your N is equal to M over BA. Okay, let's do the analysis. So analyze natin to. So let me write the x-axis and the y-axis. Pero ang x-axis natin with respect to N, population, and ang y-axis natin with respect to the P population, since this is your solution, ito yung solution mo at P, so therefore, ito yung isocline niya when P is equal to R over A. Alright. So, ito yung question ko sa iyo, Joshua. If your initial population would be on top of this line, ano magiging direction niya? Would it be on the left or on the right? So, babalik ka mismo sa differential equation mo. So, since ang differential equation mo dito would be of the form derivative of n with respect to t equal to Rn minus A and P. Yon. So, remember, may increase ka sa population P mo. So, increase in P. Lumaki siya. May increase. Ano mangyayari sa N? Anong direction niya? Left or right? O, tignan mo to. Increase in P. Saan si P? Andito. May negative. May negative ka. Lalaki si P. Ano mangyayari sa rate ng N? Increase ba or decrease?
Wait, kasi P is R over A. Dapat, decrease?
Magdi-decrease kasi ang negative mo, saan ba? Sorry. Ayan. Di ba negative to? Lalaki ang negative value. So maglalaking negative value, liliit ang rate of change of N. So meaning ang slope mo, liliit. So therefore, bababa din ang population growth ng N. So therefore, it goes to the right. Okay? Clear? Medyo naintindihan? Ano pa lang to, i-bolden ko ang ayan. So it goes to the right, to the left pala, sorry. It goes to the left. How about sa baba? So meron kang decrease of in P. In P. So, liliit ang negative. Ano ang mangyayari sa growth rate mo na derivative of N with respect to T? Liliit ba o lalaki?
Is naman dapat lalaki.
Oo, lalaki siya kasi lalaki yung growth rate. So therefore, lalaki, sorry. I'm not really good with writing ang straight line. Ayun, ayun. So increase siya. So pupunta siya sa right. So take note. Ganun yung mangyayari above the isocline sa horizontal isocline mo at then below the horizontal isocline. Okay, next. O, graph natin to. So again, this time, tingnan natin with respect naman sa equation na to. Ito yung equation natin. Yan. So at n equals m over b. So it's aligned pa rin. So let us write this down. So your isocline look like this at n equals m over ba. So the question, how about left and right ka mag-uumpisa? So your initial value, for example, sa left, ang tanong, tataas ba ang point na yan or bababa ang point na yan left of your isocline? So therefore, bumaba ang n. So there is a decrease in n. So balik tayo sa differential equation ng p mo with respect to t, which is equal to BA and p minus MP. So, titingnan mo, di-decrease yung P. Ang N pala, nag-decrease ang N. So, meaning to say, bababa ang positive na yan sa differential equation mo. So, ang tanong, ano ang mangyayari sa derivative of P with respect to T? Lalaki pa o liliit kung magdi-decrease ang P? Ang N pala, sorry.
Decrease. Dapat mag-decrease din siya.
Da-decrease din. So, therefore, di-decrease yan. Okay, clear? How about on the left? So, obviously, mag-increase ang N mo, increase in N. So, therefore, lalaki ito. So, therefore, lalaki din ito. Okay? So, therefore,
Yes, tama.
there will be an increase in P. Ayan. All right. So, let's combine the two. Combine natin. Combine natin yung dalawa na yan. So, let's combine the two isoclines. So, this is your N. This is your P. Tapos, ang isoclines mo are this. So, again, this is when N equals M over BA. Tapos, ang isocline na yan is P equals R over A. So, now, umpisa tayo dito. I'll use the blue one. So, diyan ka nag-umpisa. Ano ang magiging direction mo? Tingnan muna natin. It's above P equals R over A. Based on this, pupunta siya sa kaliwa. Tapos, saan siya pupunta? Baba or taas? It's on the left of this line. Right pala, on the right of this line.
So, dapat, minamo. Mas matataas na siya. Pataas din.
Taas din.
N.
So, punta siya sa taas. I'll use the blue pala. I'll use the blue. So, therefore, ang resulting vector papunta dito. So, pupunta siya sa second quadrant. So, punta tayo sa second quadrant, assuming andito na siya. Yan. Pumunta siya dyan. So, question, ano magiging direction niya ngayon? Up or down? Muna.
Dapat pa-left pa rin po, pero pababa na.
That's right. Pa-left siya, tapos pababa siya. So therefore, the resulting vector would be look like this. So pupunta siya sa third quadrant. Assuming, pumunta siya dito muna, yan. Pumunta siya sa second quadrant. So pag gano'n. Tapos pumunta siya sa third quadrant. Say, assuming siya na yan. Ang point natin. So gawin ko na lang pala. Anong direction niya? Going up or down or left or right?
Going
Punta ko.
right, pero pababa.
Ayun, tama. going right, pero pababa. So therefore, ang resulting vector look like this. Ayan. So in other words, pupunta siya sa fourth quadrant. Ayan. Halimbawa, ito na siya. Ulit. So saan siya papunta? Up or down or left or right?
Right, pero pataas.
Correct. Right, pero pataas. At napapansin mo, indeed, magsa-cycle siya. So, kung napapansin mo, ang direction ito, going here, going here, going here, and going here. Naging cycle siya actually. So, in other words, based on these simulation na ginawa natin, cyclical nga siya talaga. But again, visually. Hindi pa tayo sure. Kanina sa when we use the Euler method, visually nakita natin it is cyclical. Now, in an analytic manner, nag-analyze din tayo via isoclines, cyclical din ang kanyang naging result. So the question, are there other ways we can do the analysis, pero at this time, it's more on an analytical manner? The answer is yes. We can do an analytical way to do the solution. Kung naalala mo ito, na if you could remember this, ang na-calculate natin last time, open ko dito, ayan. Ginawa natin to, we were able to solve for the equilibrium points ng logistic regression natin. We started with the logistic, not regression pala, logistic equation. Tapos ginawa natin, we want to analyze anong direction ng ating equilibrium points when we equate this to zero. And when we equate this to zero, na-compute natin may dalawa tayong stability points or equilibrium points or fixed points. That's when n is equal to 0 and when n is equal to k. And we ask ourselves, which one of these is stable? So paano natin na-determine stable to o hindi? So what we have done is we try to do some analysis. So ginawa natin is that, what if this is a general equation, and then how will we do the determine na ang na-compute natin na stability points are actually stable or not? So we compute for some sort of behavior of the equilibrium points, and at the end, nakakome up tayo ng itong solution. We want to look at the error points. At ang error points natin is determined by taking the derivative of our slope function. Remember, this is our slope function. Saan ito galing? Galing yan dito. This is our slope function. We take the derivative of our slope function, substitute our equilibrium point, then if it's greater than 0, hindi siya stable. If it's less than 0, it is stable. So, but this is only true for a single variable. Isa lang ang differential equation mo. Ito, isa lang siya. You compute for a single value. Pero yung example natin na ginawa sa prey-predator model, dalawa na. Dalawang differential equations. So ang tanong, sir, can we do the same? Can we do this as well? Ito yung ginawa natin. Can we do this same method na in the end, we were able to capture the behavior of the error terms na meron tayong parang ganito din na equation? The answer is yes. Meron ding ganyan for multiple differential equations. Ang tawag dito actually, we are linearizing the error terms and try to find out what will be the behavior of the error terms. Pero at this time, in a multiple set of differential equations. Ito makakapture siya sa tinatawag nating Jacobian matrix. Have you encountered ba ang Jacobian matrix na Joshua?
Yes.
Saan mo siya na-encounter ang Jacobian matrix?
Parang,
Ano again?
parang may lawa yung some, sa graphics
Al-
yata. Sa graphics yata sa rendering.
Graphics. Rendering. Okay. So application na sa rendering pala. Yun ang hindi ko pa na-encounter yan. Ang first time na encounter kong Jacobian matrix, I don't know kung na-encounter mo kung nag-i-integrate ka, you do the integration, tapos gusto mo mag-change a variable, say from Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate, nagko-compute ka ng change of coordinate, so you use a Jacobian matrix. Na ano mo yan? Na-encounter mo?
Parang.
Na
Pero hindi
kumukuha ka ng...
masyado ano.
Say for example, naalala mo pa yung polar coordinates in terms of the Cartesian ang Cartesian coordinate in terms of the polar coordinates.
Yes, about.
'Di ba it's in terms of the angle and the radius, tapos nagko-compute ka ng partial derivative with respect to the radius and partial derivative with respect to the angle. So, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa Jacobian matrix dito. Meaning, if you have your differential equations, we compute for the Jacobian matrix of the following. Ang purpose nito actually may theory behind, pero dediretsohin na natin. So we compute for the Jacobian of your differential equations, derivative of n with respect to t, and derivative of p with respect to t. Ito yung Jacobian niya. So it is a variable of n and p, pero you are computing for the following. First, kukunin mo, it's either lang of the following, it can be of different orders. You take the partial derivative with respect to n of the first differential equation, derivative of n with respect to t. Tapos ganun din, partial derivative of with respect to n of the second differential equation, derivative of p with respect to t. Okay? Ganun din ang pangalawa, compute for the partial derivative with respect to p na of derivative of n with respect to t, and then partial derivative of p with respect to p of the derivative of p with respect to t. So ito yon ang Jacobian na i-compute mo. Meaning, di ba, ang derivative of n with respect to t mo is just Rn minus a n p. Tapos yung derivative of p mo with respect to t is just ba and p minus mp. Okay, can you give me the calculations of this? Can you calculate what is the derivative? What is this Jacobian matrix?
So,
Sige, can you give me the values of the partial derivatives with respect to n and with respect to p? Of this, dito ka na lang mag-compute na. Ito yung co-compute mo.
yan. So,
Just let me know, Joshua, kung na-calculate mo na.
Yung ano kasi yung ano,
Ito yung una, para sure tayo. Ano yung magiging una dito? Ano ito? Ito, calculate mo muna yan. Yan. Ang binulugan ko ng blue. What is the partial derivative with respect to n of this?
R minus A.
Correct. Tama. R minus AP. R minus AP. Yan. How about the others? How about this one? Ito. Yan. So, kukunin mong partial derivative with respect to m nito.
DAP.
DAP. Correct. So, DAP. Okay, how about this one? Ayan, dyan na. Sunod.
Negative AN.
Correct. Negative AN. And then finally,
BAN minus M.
correct. BAN minus M. All right. Okay. So, in other words, ito na siya. Ang Jacobian matrix na meron tayo. Pero remember, meron ka pang variables na N and variables na P. Ang gagamitin natin ito to substitute our equilibrium points. We were able to compute two equilibrium points. The first one when both are equal to 0. The second one when N and P are equal to this. So ito yung isa-substitute natin. Let's call the first one as N star P star na equilibrium points. The second one is double stars. Yung dalawa na to. Okay. So isa-substitute natin sa Jacobian matrix natin. All right. So let us substitute it here. Substitute. So sulat ko dito ha. Substitute N star equals 0 and P star equals 0. So mga trivial points natin. So we are looking for the Jacobian when you substitute the first, when N is equal to 0 and P equal to 0. Can you give me that Jacobian matrix? Nito? Anong matitira?
And N is 0. Kaya no R. R0. So, negative N. Yes, aba.
So matitira it's R
0.
0 and finally
Negative M.
correct. Okay. So now, meron na kayong Jacobian. Anong sunod? Ano ang mangyayari dito? Usually, ito maganda sa linear algebra. Kasi ang linear algebra, it gives us more information about this matrix in terms of if you compute for the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Merong theory that tells us if we compute for the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of this matrix, it will give us the information about about the totality of the matrix as a whole. Meaning, magbibigay siya ng further information on that. Kasi, if you could, babalik ako sa sa diniscuss natin earlier. Sana yun to? Sana yun? Ang kinompute natin, sana yun? Ay, hindi pala ito. Ito yun. Di ba, ang ginawa natin dito, we computed for this differential equation. Na meaning na represent natin siya as a differential equation. So the eigenvalues and eigenvectors actually gives us an idea how your behavior of your differential equation would be. So by computing the eigenvalues, eigenvectors, it's equivalent to analyzing this. So yun ang ina-analyze natin. So first, we compute for the eigenvalues and eigenvector of this expression. Joshua, na-encounter mo na ba ang pagko-compute?
Okay na ba? I think so.
That's good.
Naubusan kasi
Okay.
ng ano.
I'll go back to my question, Joshua. Na-encounter mo na ba ang eigenvalues, eigenvectors?
I think so ba?
Ayun. To compute for an eigenvalue, if you can remember, itong itsura niya, ito yung una, no? So, na-compute mo na siyang next. This is ang sunod na step is compute the following. So, meaning, kukunin mo ang determinant of this value. Ano nga yung itsura nun? You compute for the matrix J of n star p star minus lambda I and equate it to 0. So, meaning, ang gagawin mo, it look like this. Actually, on the left-hand side, ito yung itsura niya, i-compute mo. Ang itsura niya look like, kunin mo ang determinant ng r minus lambda. 0 yan, 0, negative m minus lambda. So ito lang yung naman ang itsura ng equation na yan na kukunin mong determinant niya. For a 2x2 matrix, naalala mo pa yung paano kukunin ang determinant ng 2x2 matrix?
Okay. So, dapat ano? AD minus BC ba?
Yan, tama. AD minus the BC. So therefore, ang itsura nito ay magiging
D. R yung ano, AD. R negative RM plus delta plus lambda M plus R plus lambda squared.
ay kinumpute mo na pala lahat-lahat. Kahit you don't need to. You don't need to na i-calculate. Kahit ito na lang, AD. So, minus M minus lambda minus obviously
Minus
0.
Aba, 0.
0 times 0. This is equal to 0. So, therefore, kung isi-simplify natin to, this becomes R minus lambda m plus lambda equals 0. So, kailangan natin, you consider lambda as a variable. So, ano mga values ng lambda natin? Lambda is equal to what?
Yan. So, lambda is equal to either R or negative.
That's right. R or negative n. Okay, ito yung rule. Natandaan mo when you are computing for differential equation. Ito yung parang rule lang siya sinabi ko kasi may theorem that talks about this. Okay? When no, i-note ko na lang to as red. Note. If lambda is greater than 0, then ano to, susulat ko? Then your equilibrium point is not stable. If lambda is less than 0 or negative, then your equilibrium point is stable. So ang tanong ko, Joshua, since your R here is positive and your negative M is obviously negative, when combining the two, can you right away say na ang equilibrium point mo na 0, 0 is stable? I-base natin sa rule na to?
So, Ano pa lang? Stable.
O, tingnan mo, si R positive. So, ang conclusion, hindi stable at R.
Yes, tama.
Negative M is negative. So, ang conclusion, stable si R. Pero combine them together. Combine mo lang siya. Parang intersection. Yon. So, can you right away say stable siya? Hindi.
Di ba?
Hindi. So, therefore, course, both of ano to? One of the eigenvalues is positive. So ito yun. That's lambda equals R, so greater than 0 siya. Therefore, so your equilibrium point n equals 0 and p equals 0 is not stable. Ayun. So, period. Okay. Pero for isang equilibrium point lang at 0, 0, hindi pa natin na ipapakita when your equilibrium point mo ngayon is non-zero. Ano nga yung isang equilibrium point natin? When n is equal to, saan yun? Kanina, ito. When n is equal to m over BA and P is equal to R over A. So, yan isulat natin. N is equal to M over BA. Tapos yung double asterisk to and then P natin is equal to ano ngayon? R over A, no? Double check. R over A, yan. So, your assignment, goal mo ngayon, substitute now N double asterisk and P double asterisk. So, another calculation to. So, anong matitira dyan?
So, making N is R over R 0. 0.
Zero.
Tapos PR
BR, correct?
negative M over B.
Negative M over B.
Tapos 0.
0. Correct. Okay. Next, compute for the determinant of your J. Ito, sulat natin. Sulat ko muna. Ano to nga? P yan P minus lambda I equals 0. In other words, hanapin mo yung determinant ng matrix na to, negative lambda, positive M over B, tapos negative BR, negative lambda. Ayan, equals 0. So, can you give me the determinant ng itsura nito? So, A, ano nga yan? AD minus BT.
So, AD.
That is equal to?
AD. Negative. So, lambda squared.
Lambda squared minus?
T. Negative M over R.
M over R ba? Tingnan mo.
Ay, M over,
Di ba?
plus na pa. Plus M over
Plus,
R.
tama. Plus
Plus MR.
MR, correct. MR, and this is equal to 0. Pero tingnan mo, M is positive, R is positive. So therefore, what is lambda equal to? Di ba ang labas nito? Plus or minus? Square root of what?
Square root of MR.
Square root of MR?
Negative MR.
Negative MR.
So one of them must be negative para maging...
Pero mga rates to. M and R are rates.
So,
When we
yan.
describe rates, positive.
So, imaginary ba?
Imaginary. So therefore, you can write this, parang somehow you can write it this way, that your lambda is equal to plus or minus I square root of MR. So yun ang itsura niya. So, question, sir, bakit kung ito yung rule natin for our ang nakapula, so it will not suit. So there will be a new rule. So susulat natin ang second rule natin dito. So let me write the second rule. Dito na lang yan. So take note. So ilalet ko dito, i-read ko na lang pala. Let lambda be equal to A plus or minus BI. So ito na lang yung ano natin. Okay. If A is greater than 0, okay? When A is greater than 0, then ano to? Isusulat natin? N star, double star, and P double star is not stable and oscillating. Sorry, paano ko isulat ang oscillating na to? Paano ko ilalagay? Oscillating. So, ang labas nito, ang itsura ng graph mo, it look like this siya, Joshua. Ito yon. So, mag-oscillate siya pero not stable. So, ang labas ng graph mo, pag ganyan.
Yes, about.
Lalaki ng lalaki. Okay? If A is less than 0, then yung equilibrium points mo is stable and oscillating. Meaning, ang graph mo look like this. Galing sa malaki, tapos liliit ng liliit. So it goes somewhere na magiging parang pag ganyan na siya. Yan. Parang it will converge to a single value. Okay? So it's oscillating pero converging to a single value so magiging stable siya. What will happen if, dito ko na isusulat. So what if A is equal to 0? Then, yung N double star and P double star is oscillating. So in other words, ang itsura niya lang, pag ganon. Cyclical lang siya. So, magsa-cycle lang siya. Oscillate. Walang mangyayari sa kanya, hindi siya liliit, hindi siya lalaki. So, our question is, ito yung result ng ano mo, purely imaginary number. So, therefore, yung real value niya, or real part, is 0. So, anong conclusion mo sa out of these three? Therefore, what?
So, nothing happens. Parang they stay constant.
That's correct. So, ang ano nga yung ano natin? M over BA and P equals R over A oscillates constantly. Oscillates cyclical na lang, cyclically. May word ba ng cyclically? Parang wala, no? Invento lang tayo. So in other words, naalala mo yung ano natin, analysis kanina when we graph it? Nung sabi natin, nag-increase ba siya? Nagdi-decrease ba siya? Or stable lang siya? Because sabi natin, it's more likely because of the error in the value of H on how far the points are far from each other. So, nasagot na ngayon on a analytical manner na ang equation natin actually cyclical. It oscillates continuously. Hindi siya mag-grow, hindi siya liliit to a stable point, but it is cyclical lang. Okay? Naintindihan mo ba, Joshua, ang
Yes,
ibig
Apo.
nating... So meaning the procedure is this, ang step. Na to really know if you have a stable na equilibrium points o hindi. So you first, itong steps of determining. So lalagay natin, i-enumerate natin dito. To check if the equilibrium points of the solution derivative of so gawin na lang natin n with respect to t equals 0 and derivative of p with respect to t equal to 0. The following procedure are as follows, or is as follows pala. Is as follows. Number 1, compute the Jacobian. Compute the Jacobian matrix. Next, substitute the equilibrium points n star and p star in J. So substitute mo lang siya. Sunod, once na ma-substitute mo na, compute for the eigenvalues. Compute for the determinant of J n star p star minus lambda I and equate it to 0. Then sunod, fourth, find the eigenvalue lambda. Once na mayroon ka ng lambda, analyze lambda. Usually yung lambda na yan, general. It can be complex valued or it can be real valued. So depende sa klaseng lambda na mako-compute mo. So paano mag-analyze ng lambda? Follow these rules. If kung real valued ang lambda, ito yung rule. Kung complex valued ang lambda, ito yung rule na susundin mo. Okay? Do you get it?
Yes.
Ano to, Joshua?
Yes, Apo.
Kasi may papagawa akong assignment sa iyo. Can you remember yung natin, yung case ng interspecies model? So meaning, ito yung interspecies natin na model. Recall lang natin. Recall. Yung interspecies model natin, if you have two species n sub 1, if you can remember n sub 1 natin, this is r sub 1 n sub 1 times 1 minus n sub 1 plus its interaction of species number 2 to 1 n sub 2 all over K sub 1, ang carrying capacity. Tapos derivative of N sub 2 with respect to T equals R sub 2, N sub 2, 1 minus N sub 2 plus alpha sub 2, 1, N sub 1 over K sub 1. So ang gagawin mo dito, follow this rule, pero hindi na siya N and P, so N sub 1 and N sub 2, and try to find out kailan nagiging stable ang equilibrium points, kailan hindi siya nagiging stable. So, babalikan natin yun later, yung ginawa natin in analyzing it graphically, given the 4 situations na ginawa natin last time. Pero at this time, ang gagawin mo, your assignment is use the Jacobian to analyze the stability points or the equilibrium points.
Yes, Aba.
Equilibrium points. Equilibrium points. Ano ba yung mga equilibrium points na na-compute natin? Let's go back. I think may dalawang sets tayo ng equilibrium points. Sana yung interspecies competition. Sana ba yun? Ay, sorry. Interspecies competition. Ito yan. Ang equilibrium points natin ay... Sana yun siya? In-equate mo sa 0. Ito. So, when n is... So, meaning, ang ano natin, equilibrium points... Ito na lang, hanapin mo yung n sub 1 and n sub 2. Ang obvious dito, when n is 0 and n sub 1 is 0, n sub 2 0, but find what is n sub 1 and n sub 2. Hanapin nyo lang. Okay?
Yes, Aba.
Alright, so substitute that here. So ito yung papa-assignment ko sa sunod nating meeting. I think ang sa sunod na natin na meeting, Joshua, will be in January. Will that be okay?
Yeah, Aba. Kasi after Christmas na
January. Let's schedule it in January 2. January 2 tayo, Friday.
January 2 daw. Ay, sige, Aba.
Ayun, January 2 tayo. Okay, any questions so far?
Wala na ba?
Ano natin?
Wala na ba?
So isa-send ko to mo right now para before before ako aalis dito para at least you have something to review later. Okay, Joshua, if that's kung wala ka ng question. So see you on January 2.
Happy holidays po.
Happy holidays din, Joshua. Ingat po kayo. Okay, bye.
Sige po. Sige po. Bye-bye po.